is now being served label on the set. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for today's brand new live summit event in the Crew 2. Competizione. Italian stands for competition, is now having a themed summit to be featured to have a dedicated to all Italian vehicles, which to have all events except one is now being featured to have one monster truck discipline is now going to be take place in the wide west, and even to have 3 skills are about to be take place in the east coast of New York City, New York. This is going to get much more thrilled to be excited out there after last week's Steam Summon is all about having a best of USB tour next to have 5 events that dedicated to have different discipline to go for the combo event, just like Into the Storm and Blizzard Rush best of. So for having a brand new addition to Competizione in the Steam Summon, Alfa Romeo 4C Serpenti Edizione is now being featured to be pronounced in Italian. But this one is very brand new to the... I'm about to go climb up and will participate to have a main part to be on the... This week we're having a different vehicle to go for having a brand new. All kinds of different Italian vehicles to have a main part to be set and go for the recommend to have 3 events to be related to have some vehicle restriction, like the 8x500 to be on the monster truck discipline. Alfa Romeo AC Competizione is now being classed as a touring car discipline on Jersey Everson track. A motorcycle is the MB Agusta F4RR is going to have to go street racing in the Financial District South to be a very good place to start out here to be racing in Manhattan. Other 2 events is now going to be putting up onto Bronix for the hypercar, and even of course to have a USB tour cities in New York City for the Alpha Grand Prix for the combo event. So it'll have to be set and see how it turns out, because live stream record session and prior to have the main part of the video session as an encore content video will be set and wait on standby by coming soon. So get yourself prepared, you guys. It's all about Italian themed summon to have all kinds of Italian vehicles, with the exception to have one of them is now being tested as a combo. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go and start the live summit event. Let's begin. So I just went down after finishing best of USB tour next to have a best preparation to go for having a live stream recording session to do a main part of the activity. Just for myself, because I just gonna have to went down and do some different stunt of performance, and somehow there will be having some blurry glitches during the live stream recording session ever since I just went here. Well, anyway, because climbing up and go on the main defense to stay in the platinum, and especially to have rank 2,537 place in 1,253,555 points to get all kinds of Ford rewards, including the Red Bull RB13 and Evolution tire on the rare vanity. But that's not all, because being acquired, and this is how it turns out to go much more focusing to be finishing from week number 5. And here we go for week number 6 to be continue on to have 3 events to go before the next update is now being scheduled to be in July. Alright, looks like already maxed out to be on the 50 tier on the Motor Pass content bundle, so this will have to take some good earnings and have a best opportunity to continue on. So before that, let's have a good look to be on the preview in the game for the next live summon. So this is going to get pretty much more excited out there to have all kinds of different events, and the game from Season 2 in the second Motorflix episode will have to do some best showcase to be on the stunt entertainment. One for the Rallycross to be using the Takedo Heist Hunter is now being labeled as a vehicle restriction, and the Volkswagen Kombi High School Edition in the Monster Truck discipline. 4 times ever to have a returning vehicle along with a creator's vehicle in the rallycross discipline. Just to have one BMW i8 Roadster in the street race discipline is now being set to be featured, and that's not all. One drift discipline is going to have to do some stunts, skill, and well performance to be in Dominion Forsberg event. So let's enter. Choose any kinds of 3 skills that related to the solemn is about to be set and good to go to have all kinds of different location. So I just got everything to be sorted out and go check in to have the main part of today's video segment is all about Italian vehicles and other kinds of vehicles that does not related to have Italian vehicles to be featured for this part of the theme summon. Well, I had to start out to be on solemn skill number 1. Space Industries to go for the off-road land-based vehicle to be set and good to go. Auto switch vehicle up I go because I'm about to have one best rally raid vehicle to go for having a one taste of Italian recipe to go driving off the road and solemn around the figures. Just gonna have to make one simple stop first. Good thing I just got everything checked out and go for the discipline. Go for the rally raid. Now go for the capital D in Ducati. This has got a lot of good preparation that I've been working up and do a thinkful strategy. So after the letter C, and here it is, just to have the perfect recommend motorcycle rally raid bike that I'm about to go with is the Ducati Monster 1200S Rally Raid Edition 2015. Just to be planned and choose any kinds of best off-road vehicles depends on the rally raid bike or 4 wheels on the car. Time to kick it up, enter the gate. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah, looks like just gonna keep driving smoothly and go off the road. Okay, looks like this could get much more proper kneeling. Follow the arrows and try to keep up. There you go. Just gonna squeeze right in. Time's ticking. That's one solemn skill check. 22,881 points. That's one in the bag. One event check. And going adjusted to have 155,862 points is now being acquired on the first attempt. Piece of cake and easy peasy lemon squeezy. So there are some 2 choices to have any kinds of pro racing categories to be on the touring car or using a powerful discipline to go for the solemn. So gonna have to find out which is which because there will be Miami Racetrack or Lake Mean, so I gonna have to take that middle session to go for skill number 2. Well, maybe not. I guess it'll have to take place to be in Maine Highlands. Not Lake Mean, by the way, but, well, someone else that might need to have to change the events onto the main part to be on the wiki of fandom. Well, take no offense because it needs to do some changes to be fixed after this. Now, go on to do a powerful selection. Just to have a double check to have my Proto Offshore Mark 1 with the UDRS Ins Protect livery is now being set and good to go to be rearing up and slide around to be in the waters. So let's kick it up in the high gear. Sorry about that, folks. Just gonna go with take 2. Let's kick it up in the high gear. Just to have one part of the matter perspective clip to have a spare time. Slow and steady as it goes. Whoa. Okay. Looks like just gonna take one power boat at a time. Just to have one jet sprint just to be sure. Well, that would be big plan because jet sprint will be doing much more safer. Okay, gonna have to kick it up. I know doing powerboat is doing much more flying possibility to do some stunts. And there you go. 16,560 points in attempt number 1. Well, that wasn't so bad, but it still got enough good points to be earned up to be on the main record to be achieved by almost 150,000 points. Now it's at 149,459 points. Now for skill number 3, Miami Racetrack is about to be ready to go and proven up to have all kinds of Italian pro racing discipline or any kinds of land-based vehicle to see how it turns out to go proven up and get down to do some racing basic to see how pro racing that is to go for having a perfect line. Always gonna have to do a perfect placement by using for the Bugatti Depot 2019 for the UDRS Insportec livery just to have the main preparation. But speaking of which, good thing that one touring car discipline that I just really might need to be planning for my next content video for a livery editor in the crew too. Time to grab the Ferrari FXXK 2014 is about to be ready up and go for green light. Just to have a different kind of a UDRS Insportec livery just like the Gran Turismo 7 counterpart. Well, it turns out that this one in the crew 2 is doing just more fine to be exactly because of the car number 10 is now being placed as the official variation. But very fine, good, and well chosen to see how one fast-paced hypercar is now being classed as a touring car. So let's turn the engine on, enter the gate, slide around and do the figures to rack up and go quick steady improvement. Yeah, that's very good. Just the only practice to do some main sliding around to do a main formation. Kick up the nitro and go for some main score point by the score breaker. Okay, that's good. Slow and steady and... okay, well... looks like that could be quite ruining my stunt performance. Sorry about that, folks. Just gonna try this again on attempt number 2 without any interruption. Okay, that's very good. Quick, simple, and doing the main part to steady up quickly. Okay, that's only one more gate. Have that perfect direction and right on time before 10 seconds is now being called in. There you go, folks. 31,454 points. New record and perfect scoreboard is now being placed in 155,621 points. Now that's a good, solemn, clean competition indeed. So, right at the start and go cleared on 3 skills are now being labeled to be on a check mark. Silver position in 34,335th place is now going up in about over 300,000 points to be going up in the goal. Nearly 300,000 point that is, because it takes a matter of objective to have 6 events that I'm about to start up with. But maybe let's start out and go for the Wild West in the monster truck discipline by using for the 8-bar 500 monster truck edition to go wide open and feel the speed of monster truck extreme. With some changes that I just put up to have a different style for myself after using for the pink style 8-bar 500. But this one is a one-piece sleeper compact car. We'll have to go rev it up to the limit, and this got to do it for having momentarily to be well chosen up and be stable to have a one best all-wheel drive to go faster with a giant set of wheels. So here I come, event number 1. Let's kick it up and go down the hill. This is going to get pretty wide open for only one Italian compact car to be driving and go down the hill to be going best place to be in the West Coast. Just to have one part of the event during the new Dean Summon that dedicated to have Italian vehicles, with especially to have one monster truck discipline to be well perfectly picked. Just going to keep focusing and have that checkpoint to go forward, cross through onto the tarmac. Yeah, looks like it's just gonna have to feel alive to be driving in the Old West. Time for the front flip. Okay, close call. Proceed to the next checkpoint of the area sector. Looks like I just went up ahead away from the opponents by 26.459 seconds on the gap. Still got this and keep pushing for the top speed by exactly around in 160 miles per hour. Okay, cross through onto the road. Okay. Not today, trees. Just gonna have to keep a good main push to be focusing for having a cleared area. Ready for this? Ooh. Haha, yes. Clear that opening. Mantle the recovery. Checkpoint going A clear. Alright, that's very good. Just gonna have to keep that perspective to be well stable up and going clear for this video segment. Okay, good on time to have the perfect stunt of performance. Here it goes. Yeah! Nailed that insane stunt. Regular on the monster truck podium is now being arrived for having a good total time in one sprint race. So there you go, 120,000 points in 2 minutes, 40.681 seconds is now doing a stuntastic monster truck event is now going cleared in wide west for Competizione. Competition that is to be having a good pronounced in Italian. So that's one event down, just 5 more to go. And we're about to be head on over to be on the east coast of New York City. Just in time, and let's see which event I'm about to go with. Well, let's start out and try out with this brand new addition to the Alfa Romeo 4C. So let's go. Once upon a time in Brooklyn. Competizione is now going to be on loan. Just you wait, folks. This brand new addition to the Alfa Romeo 4C is much more fine special to have a brand new different kind. So this is going to be so pretty awesome to have a nice good variation, and also to have a different kind of a green color is now having a different type to have a headlights. Turns out to be a different shape that is. So the per level is now actually to be in 131, 240 horsepower in the top speed, 160 miles per hour. Handling is going modest, is doing well intermediate. So let's test this puppy out and see how it goes, because he got a lot of good potential, and style for this 4C is now actually to have a different unique modification. All kinds of different additions like this one is now being brand new to the game to have a very good different style. Let's give it a go and overtake to have several Italian road cars.
Listen to the engine. It's saying, let's win.
Amp up onto the high gear. 1 second up ahead to be going in behind. So this is definitely might becoming a different modification to the street race discipline to the Alfa Romeo 4C. Just like the original, but this one is very brand new to have a different edition, to have a different title to be added to the game. only in this part of the update that is, but look at the design and the style, and even to have some full customization is now turns out to be right off the hook. But on the inside to the interior view, but I just really might need to go speed up more because it takes a lot of good attempted skills to go masterful to see how the style for the 4C is now being listed as a launch edition back from 2014. Looks like I still got several Italian opponents are coming in towards my main position. Gonna have to step it up and go focusing to see how this most fine Serpenti Edizione is now actually to have a different title in Italian. Gonna have to go through just to have one attempt to be tried out and then attempt number 2 to go faster to be in a hard-paced effort. Gotta love about Alfa Romeo, you guys. But only this different edition that is, because color green is definitely might be quite going much more emerald to have a different style better than doing the base red color. Still get around in 2 minutes when the time lapse. Okay, keep going, breaking in for each part of the 90-degree turn. Kick up the nitro. Keep going a little bit straight. Clean racing at Brooklyn. That's 2.4 seconds. Almost there to be at 75% in the progression. Gonna keep pushing. Just to have one clear road on the inside. Long straightaway, off I go. Okay, gonna keep going. Looks like almost there towards the finish line to see how this Alfa Romeo 4C Serpenti Edizione is actually to have this different modification turned unique. So, looks like that's 3 minutes, 30.739 seconds is clear. Let's see the results. Not good enough. Well, gonna have to try this again and go for attempt number 2 to have a spare time to do this live stream recording on the set. So give me a moment, folks. I'll have to stick around and just gonna have to keep recording in to have this much more fine, different perspective that I just really might need to come down to do some main work to shape up. Just hang on 1 second. Let me fix it. So, this is definitely look like to have a Serpenti Edizione to the Alfa Romeo 4C. Hang on 1 second. Let me try this again. So this one is definitely look very different to the Alfa Romeo 4C Serpenti Edizione. Hang on, let me try this again. So, looks like this may be very look different to the Alfa Romeo 4C Serpenti Edizione is now actually to have a different kind of a headlight that might have a different shape. Just like the different style from the 4C that is, but this one is very brand new to have a different addition to have a per level in a street race discipline is 131, 240 horsepower, top speed 160 miles per hour. Handling is going much more fine semi-expert to be labeled as an intermediate. Gonna test this baby out and let's see how it does. just like the standard version to the same 4C, and this one is now base colored is now having a different unique modification. No, that's not it. Cut! Let me try this again, and gonna have to do a different perspective on take 3. Places.
You're gonna win this easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Hang on. Just gonna have to keep this much more fine lookout to do some minor fixes. Just give me a moment, folks. I know it's gonna have to take some time.
3, 2, 1.
Just let me try this again and get fixed up to get back on to take number 3. Alright, just give me one moment. Let me try this again. So this looks very different to the Alfa Romeo 4C and the Serpenti edition. So this looks very different to the Alfa Romeo 4C, as the Serpenti Edizione is now actually they have a different style on the headlight that might be turns out to be a very bit different. Base color in green, that is, along with the official rims, is now being turns out to have a perfect. Let me start over and take number 4. So that is a different kind of a modification to the Alfa Romeo 4C Serpenti Edizione is now actually to have a headlights turns out to be a bit different like this, just like the original. Well, I kind of say it because this one is very good to try it out ever since I just do some main part of the test to see how the performance is now actually to go for 131 in the street race discipline. It has 240 horsepower and top speed 160 miles per hour that compared to the original on the Alfa Romeo 4C as a standard edition. But this one has a different unique modification that has some different styles, and a livery is now being placed to have a different kind of the official to represent to the brand. So I'm about to test this baby out and let's see how it goes, because main faster focus and go speed up to be in a starting position to take the highway and go on over to be in the streets of Brooklyn. So I have to shape up, gonna have to be ready and go for having a new attempt before the countdown in about 3 seconds. So here I go.
Come on, you can do it.
Alright, looks like all the nitrous I just used is now being pulled off. First place, here I come and go clean racing in the sprint race in Brooklyn of the East Coast, New York. Time to go off ramp, clean, steady as a pie, going stable and do a perfect line in formation on the inside. Well, I kind of have to say this, you guys, but this one is a different kind of a best unique road car is now being roster picked for this part of the update to the Alfa Romeo 4C. Just to have to be waited for this part and just to have a different modification to have a good different livery to have all kinds of different styles are now being applied with some custom parts. But even perhaps the taillights that is definitely might be more compared to the original edition. Well, except the front one, that is, but this is definitely might be very well chosen to have Alfa Romeo fans to have this different kind of a modification to be added to the game. So I have to be focused and go proceed to do some clean racing by racing around in Brooklyn. But that will have to take much more fine pushing effort to go for having a new part of the attempt to be updated after I just took for only one event to be tried out. And even because of the interior view that has to be comparison to the original edition is now being labeled to be on the same style. Well, perhaps, maybe that might be quite giving a which is the better, the standard or the Serpenti Edizione is now actually to have the same car and the base on the Alfa Romeo 4C. almost to be look like to be having a standard version to have the most flying Group 4 cars since GT Sport and GT7. Except this one that is, but very fine-tuned vehicle version to the street race discipline that has a lot of good skill of potential. Just gonna have to switch on over on the inside and gonna keep focusing to have the main strategy adjusted to go for every part of the 90-degree turns. Kick up the nitro, 8 seconds update on the gap. Very nice and very good. Gonna have to be patient. All I need is 100,000 points and over for this objective to try it out with this new edition. Clear turn on the way, perfect, and go full straight on the 5th gear. That's a good turn. Almost there towards the finish line in about 8% remaining. Final stretch up ahead. Let's take it home to the podium. Nice. Good run and a bit average by 3 minutes, 27.485 seconds. Let's see the results. Not good enough. Well, maybe I should probably have to do a free time live stream activity with no viewers interruption. Just had to be noted for having a follow-up catch-up after this. But this one is very brand new to be seen as well. So another event down for the number 2 list. 4 more to go, and let's choose for only one part for the next event to be on the discipline. So let's see. How about go to Bronix in the hypercar discipline for event number 3. Just to choose any kinds of best high performance hypercar that you're really gonna have to go for it, and especially to have all kinds of Italian vehicles like Ferrari and Lamborghini all together. Just to have the best recommend pick for myself that I'm about to go with a LaFerrari 2014 with a UDRS Insportec to have an Icon 600. Good thing that I just made it myself to be served as a test run before gonna be ready to participate for the live summit event. So let's give it a go and have a normal weather condition in about 3 seconds as the countdown will be initiated.
You're so gonna win this one.
Here I come and let's go hyper fast. Gonna have to go down to do some clean racing strategy in order if I have to climb up onto 100,000 points for the objectives. Just to have all kinds of Italian hypercars, especially for Maserati, that I just really might need to have one of them to be well put up ever since from Best of the USB Tour next. But it was a lot of good out there that I just remember back then to do some live stream recording session onto my free time activity. It takes matter of clean racing when I'm racing in the USST next in Fire Sky. Very tough and most impossible challenge is gonna have to take many clean racing without going too fast. Pulling the brake is very much more extremely to be on the main risk according to my strategy calculations. So checkpoint going clear. Gonna have to keep a good steady position without losing any grip. Just like last time when we're racing in the Magma edition to the Bugatti Divo. But no longer on the snow, and this is a fine normal condition to have a good sunset to go for having a time progression. Okay, quick break. 13 seconds behind from the 3 racers. Okay, time to go slow down. Do that sharp 90-degree angle turn. Kick it up in the high gear. Quick break to be early prep. Okay, that's the ticket. take some time and wait for the nitrous gauge to go for the full recharge. Okay, that's a good straightaway. Gonna stay focused on the road. But I can't wait to have the LaFerrari to have my own UDRS livery to be coming to GT Sport and GT7 in case I just really might need to do some list work coming up. But I can't wait for the Crew Motorfest will be coming out soon in September 14. But it only takes 3 months away, so I have to be patient and gonna have to stay focusing for my part of the season to be participate in the GTWS Manufacturers Cup to be currently in June. But after all, I just had a good finish from the Nations Cup and still yet to be focusing to have the continuation on the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. Sorry about that, folks. I guess a follow-up catch-up is all I need to do to have one event complete on the number 3 list. But that makes 3 minutes, 19.055 seconds is now going clear. Just as I suspected, to have a follow-up catch-up is all I need to be required. Well, I guess time for me and go down to do some live stream recording session to go for the main activity after this. So you guys might gonna have to keep an eye out, so I had to leave it to myself and go for having a private session to be on the main part for this live stream video. We'll have to continue on. So next up, head back to New York City in Manhattan, Financial District South for the MP Agusta F4RR. Will be having one motorcycle to be entered in the Big Apple. One motorcycle and one best street race vehicle to have 4 wheels to be battled out against one 2-wheel drive. But this has got a lot of good updated model to the 2017 ever since from the launch production back from 2016. Body per level is now being adjusted to go maximum, and even the paint color is now being changed into blue. 300 horsepower in the top speed. 195 miles per hour is going semi-expert, but the F4RR will have to put it to the test. But especially to have a good max per level to go up and stop at 280. So let's kick it up and go rev up in a 2-wheel motorcycle to see how challenges will be made to face up with some 4 cars to be on the 4 wheels. But same opponents ever since from last time in Once Upon a Time in Brooklyn.
I'll stop talking so you can start driving.
Yeah, feel the nitro and charged up to the limit. But good thing wearing the USST next in the Globe Motorsports suit outfit does might have to give something else to do perfectly to make a stunt of performance. All I have to do is gonna faster up and do some main part of the tricky skills to do some quick shortcuts and main tight turn advantage. Just like the Ducati motorcycle ever since to have different models and specifically to the same motorcycles class in the Crew 2. But this motorcycle brand is now actually to have a best kind and doing a different style of the chassis to the MP Agusta. But the F4 is actually to have the best motorcycle to be well participate to be racing on motorsport circuits. But especially that is one street race discipline in the game to have one different kind of the motorcycle brand is now kick it up to the limit. So let's see how it turns out to make one quick shortcut. All I have to do this because shortcuts is a one-way ticket to increase your score points up to 100,000. Okay, well, I guess going ace difficulty as a daredevil is not my type. Okay, almost there to be finishing on the first lap. Do one steep jump. Going closer. Here comes lap number 2. Do some kneeling. Speed it up. apply braking to be steady carefully, but it feels like playing Asphalt 8 Airborne. Yeah, just gonna have to keep a good straight position to go airborne. Gonna have to pull up with some weight transfer whenever I have to get back to do a shortcut on the buildings. Okay, that's a good stunt. Jumping down below. Okay, that's 77% to go. Going up. Go down to do some same strategy. Yeah, put up the sparks on the smoke. Kick it up with some tail braking drip. Almost there, folks. One motorcycle event is about to be finished soon until I have to keep it up and go rack up onto 100,000 points to go clear. There we go. Time to pull out the stoppie. Whoa, man, that's so very close. 400,000 followers earned and not good enough. Just to have third follow-up catch-up is now being listed to have my memo list. So that was a very good motorcycle street race event in Financial District in the south of Manhattan. 2 more to go. Looks like Touring Car Discipline and Alpha Grand Prix is about to be coming up soon until later. So I had to try it out and test it to the touring car version to the Alfa Romeo AC Competizione at the Jersey Everson track. Very good location and best place to be here in the East Coast. So I just went down and putting up with some preparation to have this different kind of a livery variation made by other player to have this different livery to the AC Competizione. Well, I kind of say my appraisal is actually to have a 100% design approved. So I'm about to go for it, test out the AC Competizione GT1 spec and a livery itself led by one of the Crew 2 players. Per level in 320, 939 horsepower in the top speed, 248 miles per hour. Handling is going semi-expert, we'll have to put it to the test. So better buckle up, you guys. Grab your AC Competizione in the Jersey Everson track. Let's prove it and go proud Italian style to see how a racing AC Competizione will have to go for having a circuit to the asphalt.
Fingers are crossed.
Time to go first place in the lead and do some clean racing skills to be proven up, and let's see how the main turns will have to go down to do some course layout to be on the infield track. Well, I kind of say because the Alfa Romeo AC Competizione is the only touring car version in the game ever since from the first installment from the crew. It has a lot of good racing spec model is now being labeled as a GT1 class, but on the inside to the interior view, but this one is definitely might be quite fully raced style is now being applied and competitive to be on a circuit. Just to have a different style and a GT wing is now actually to have a different set is now being labeled for the GT1 class, but this one is now being well placed to be played in the Crew and the Crew 2, and especially for the upcoming game, Motorfest. But not to mention, because the Alfa Romeo 4C in the Group 3 category is now being took part to be in Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7. But this one in the Crew 2 that is now being served to have a circuit spec version to be driving on the track. All I can say is, this has got a lot of good skill and now being classed as a GT1 category for the touring car discipline. So now going forward to be finishing up onto lap number 2. Here comes lap number 3, folks. Gonna keep it up, go focus, and find a good line for the AC Competizione. But also, same AC Competizione is now actually to have a different style is now being applied to have a wing set. Only for the GT wing that is, just like the circuit spec version to the same car. But look at it go. It takes lack of skill, competitive, and going faster to be on the main boost up, to be on the quick advantage, to be focusing to get up onto 100,000 points. So here comes the full final stretch towards the finish line. Gonna take home the podium. There we go. That's 2 minutes, 27.171 points in first place. Now that's a competitive Sione for the competition. New record, first attempt cleared by trying out for the circuit spec version to the Alfa Romeo AC competitive Sione. So only one more event to go, folks. Looks like, besides Italian vehicles, only one Alpha Grand Prix discipline will have to take on in the USB Tour cities in New York. So better be prepared, you guys. Only one Alpha Grand Prix bundle in the legendary category is about to be set and go over to be at Lower Manhattan. But I can't wait to have the perfect opportunity to be wearing to have the Globe Motorsport for the USB Tour next. Just to have a different changes on to the proto concept Globe Motorsport ever since from the USST next in Into the Deep. Globe Motorsport tire, the lab underglow, and even of course to have a different kind of a nitro to be set and go for a different rainbow color to have a represent to be part of number 2 in Globe Motorsport. So I have to be prepared, just like going back from the very beginning in Shamrock's celebration from March. Here I go. Let's do it.
Welcome to Lower Manhattan, folks. The beating heart of the most recognizable city on Earth. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. This area is usually jam-packed with traffic and pedestrians. But today, the streets are clear for an all-out speed contest past one of the most vertical cities in the world. Hope you're ready, because it's race time!
Oh yeah, looks like Alpha Grand Prix is now going temporarily to be at the Big Apple. This could be my style, and faster for having a different kind of the Formula E. Well, perhaps different track layouts on New York City ever since from Gran Turismo 4 until Forza Motorsport is now being took over to be appearances from number 1 to 3. Well, apparently that is because the Crew 2 has a perfect place to be part of the USB Tour cities to go for having a different track layout. But which has already been here once, but we can race it again to have an Alpha Grand Prix to have the best part for only 3 laps is now being put up to have the part of the Team Summit.
A nice view of the Williamsburg Bridge in the distance, crossing from the Lower East Side over into Brooklyn. It was once the longest suspension bridge in the world. Not anymore, but still an important thoroughfare.
Okay. Way to keep up for having a fast, smooth sailing. I bet 3 touring cars are still actually trying to keep up, but this one is a test. A test to see how one Alpha Grand Prix racer to go competitive ever since from the USST next after from best of. Well, I can't say this because all I have to do this, but the strategy is a competition of success. But even perhaps for doing main part of the test that is, so just gonna have to see how one combo event is gonna be my favorite type. So here comes the 3rd lap. Final lap, here I come. Stay focused. Do some clean turns to face many obstacles coming in. Just to have the course map in case. Yeah, gonna love that Neon Blade Nitro. Good thing I just equipped that is,
You'll
because
recognize the
very
giant
good in
billboards
red.
coming up as Times Square. I've been here myself for multiple New Year's Eve celebrations, and there is truly nowhere else like it.
Almost there, folks. 5% remaining in the progression until this race and a combo event will be over soon. Let's bring home the podium. Yes!
What an amazing start to the U.S. Speed Tour, huh? Incredible racing today. And hang around, because there's a whole lot more of it still to come.
Excellent. 100% on the combo event is well done. There we go. That's how one Alpha Grand Prix has dominated in the Big Apple on the USST cities ever since from Chicago from last week. Very much more impressive, but I can't wait to go again. At any time we'll have to do a perfect perspective moment with no blurry part interruption. But somehow I just literally found out that there was a blurry part during my live stream video recording session for my free time. So, made it on time once again for having another time to go for the platinum in 7,793rd place in 1,185,386 points in about 1 day left before Competizione is about to be over for this week's live summon. But anyway, because this week is doing much more fine celebration with the additional to have Juneteenth to have a federal holiday. Well, happy Juneteenth. Well, happy Juneteenth, everybody. The federal holiday is now doing the best celebration out there to see how the best holiday to be in Texas. But after all, the best event in Competizione in the live summon to have 6 events with the additional to have 3 skills to be on a solemn title is doing much more awesome and feel the pride of Italy racing. But with the exception for the Alpha Grand Prix, that is, so it was a lot of fun out there to have all kinds of best events to be related in the East Coast of New York City. So what do you guys think? Once upon a time in Brooklyn for the Alfa Romeo 4C Serpenti Edizione is now very brand new to have a different modification style with the additional to have a different headlight, that is. One Alpha Grand Prix at the USST cities in the New York City. And even of course to have the best stunt to be racing in the Wide West for the A-Bar 500. Give your comments, give your thoughts, and something else that you really might need to go catch up and go improve to be on 100,000 points. So I have to do to have 3 follow-up catch-up to have 1 hypercar, 1 street race, and especially to have the 4th vehicle is now doing the same discipline. And for only 1 4th vehicle in the same street race discipline is all I need to go step up to be shape focusing to go clean racing in the faster ejected. Well, doing some changes, that is, so I had to get ready to wrap this up before the next live summon. We'll have to go for week number 7 until at the end of the 13th season. So the first part of the Penultimate is about to be closer in before the game will be coming up by the schedule on the 21st through 28th of June, which is going to be the first day of summer. Next for rewards is the exterior parts on the BMW i8 Roadster, half set for the street race discipline in the icons to have 3 of them, including the famed magnet and a purple Earthbreaker tire on the Epic Vanity. But I can't wait to get all kinds of more vanities to have more rewards are now being served to be participate in every live summit event for every week. But only one more event to go. Live Summon Open Days is about to be coming up on to the 28th through July 5th. Is going to have to take 3 different kinds of vehicles, including 1 Nitro Chemist on the boosted for the Rallycross discipline. There's the KTM 450 Rally, Ferrari F12 Berline Enta, and the Porsche Carrera GT Green Flash Edition. That's 3 cars and some more extra earnings for all of us after 3 cars and 1 batch of earnings before coming up into the next update on July 2023, which is going to be the final content update in the Crew 2, and then Motorfest, here we come, and we're about to be patiently to be scheduled to be on a release date on September 14. But I can't wait, you guys. Just gonna have to keep on racing, stay clean, collect more cars, and do some more events to be increased for having some more earnings, and then all the import will have to be going on a mass progress when we're about to be entered in Motorfest. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Deepernote Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on a live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.